Hello, this is my friend Sideways Bob. He's going to sit in on this session, he's decided. We're going to talk about Unseen Scars Workbook, a self-help guide to heal from emotional neglect, gaslighting, and narcissistic abuse, written by me, Stephanie Reese. Yes, I know it's spelled funny. All I want to do in this video today, at this time, is just get to the meat and potatoes. If you get this, what are you going to get? What's in the package? So we're just going to cover the table of contents. We're going to break it down. It has, the workbook has 4 sections. It has 13 chapters, and it has 23 guided exercises. We're going to move you from, you don't have to follow it chronologically. If something speaks to you, then I tell you, this doesn't have to be linear, but it is written in a linear fashion. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's understand the abuse, the covert abuse. That doesn't really look like abuse to the outside world. Okay, we're going to talk about the language of emotional abuse. Then we're going to break down the tactics, and I have clusters of tactics. There are over 30 tactics that are used against you to subvert you, to exploit you. Then we're going to go into chapter 3, so you understand the psychology of your abuser and how these things affect you. From there, we're going to roll into 4, which is going to talk about the hidden aftermath, how that abuse actually rewrites your body and your mind. And there are physical repercussions to this. It is a well-known scientifically documented fact that emotional trauma creates health problems. I certainly have my fair share because of that. For me, it's been autoimmune issues. All right, so then we're going to go into part 2, reclaiming your reality, gaslight recovery and cognitive reframing. Because let's face it, they've been telling you that you're crazy. You're making this shit up. That's not what happened when they've been lying to you. So we really got to turn that around and reframe that. So we cover that in chapter 5. Chapter 6, we talk about emotional neglect and the inner child. Most people that experience toxic interpersonal relationships in their adulthood also had that in their childhood. Actually, you tend to gravitate towards what you're familiar with, what you know. And if that was your early childhood experience, where people in your family were exhibiting toxic traits, it's extremely likely that carried into your adult years. So we're going to talk about that and the importance of really connecting to your inner child and really nurturing it and reparenting yourself, giving yourself the love and support that you should have gotten, but you didn't. So we're going to cover that. Then we go into boundaries that hold in chapter 7. And there are scripts in here, because let's face it, it's never fun confronting a toxic person, or trying to hold your place. It's quite scary. But these are really tried and true, tested scripts and tools that are going to help you to stand your ground and stay centered. Okay? Then we go into part 3, which is the recovery and empowerment phase. Now that you really kind of understand what's all been happening to you, not because of you, now we're going to start the healing. And chapter 8 covers breaking the trauma bond. Chapter 9 goes into codependency and self-abandonment. Most of you have probably heard of trauma bonding, but we're going to explain what that means from a physical and emotional standpoint, and how to get off that roller coaster, get off that ride. Chapter 10 is, let's face it, it's on grief, anger, and letting go, because once you fully, Kitty's just biting my arm. Once you fully understand what's the shit that's been done to you, to the complete, I'm sure you already have a lot of this feeling anyway, but chapter 10 is about releasing all of that, releasing that anger, letting it go, moving on with your life. Chapter 11 is about reclaiming your identity, because they've done a really good job of feeding to you who you are, and it's all been bullshit. So this is where you start to reclaim who you were the real you that's been buried under the bullshit, okay? Chapter 12 is about creating a safe inner world. And you have to read chapter 12 to figure out why that's even important and what it's about, okay? It's worth it. Chapter 13 leaves you with moving forward with power and peace. It sets the stage, sets the tone for the future. You get to rewrite your future, and this is the tool to get you to do just that. This book here is my budget edition. This is cheap. I have a color soft cover as well. That's almost twice as much money just because Amazon costs a lot more for color printing. I also have a color hardcover, which is, that's like fancy schmancy. Like if you really want to spend the money to give somebody a really nice, beautiful gift, that's available. But I also have Kindle. So I have the color interior in the Kindle, which is never going to look nearly as good as a book because Kindle is Kindle, but that is available for cheap. And I also have an Audible. I have an ACX version of this. Clearly, the Kindle and the ACX are not going to have the exercises in there, but that's not a problem because you get a download, you get a PDF download, so you can write them up. Some people who get the workbook don't want to muck up the beautiful exercises in here anyway, so they opt to go and get the download for the exercises as well. Or maybe they want to do the exercises more than once. They do them in the book, or they want to give the exercises to a loved one. Whatever the case may be, I cover all the bases. Available on Amazon right now in just about any dang format you can imagine. So check it out. Thanks. And Bob says bye.